Sawasdeekah! Welcome to PaueeWanders! First stop, Bangkok, the capital city of Thailand. With its century-old temples, modern nightlife and restaurants, and incredible food, Bangkok is one of the most dynamic and exciting cities in the world. I love this city for two things: food and shopping! Packing for a Bangkok getaway requires a few special considerations. Their local currency is Thai baht. Thailand is a tropical country, so expect humidity all year round. Wear comfy clothes. Bring a shawl if you're wearing shorts or sleeveless tops, since you cannot go inside temples exposing some skin. Wear comfy shoes because you will walk a lot. I prefer wearing sandals because you need to walk barefoot in temples and they're easy to take off. Bring sunnies and hat for sun protection. Also bring sunscreen and mosquito repellent, universal travel adapter, and foldable tote bags for extra shopping. There are a variety of ways to travel around the city: public buses, metro, taxis, water ferries, and if you want to experience the real thing, tuk-tuk. Since I traveled with my friend and mom, I prefer to stay in a safe, comfy, yet budget-friendly hotel. We stayed at Ibis Riverside Hotel. It offers a good price and a great view as it's situated right along the Chao Phraya River. They also offer free shuttle service to a nearest BTS station. The breakfast is also good and the staff are accommodating. If you travel for food, Bangkok is surely a place to be. Everywhere you look while walking around the city, you'll be tempted by something delicious, whether it be a fresh green papaya salad, sweet Thai mangoes, the famous Thai milk tea, or the smoke pouring off a street food grill. I have a long list of my favorite Thai foods, but here's a few: pad Thai, seafood cow pod, mukrob, lemongrass tea, coconut ice cream, and mango milkshake. Oh, don't forget to try their Thai banana pancake. Yum! It was my first time in Bangkok and I was amazed by its one-of-a-kind shopping selection. 1 minute you can shop cheap local designs at one of the many markets, and the next, luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and Prada in a shopping mall nearby. I swear you can find anything and everything there. But it can be a bit difficult and overwhelming to find the best shopping spots in Bangkok because the city has so much to offer. Since we only stayed there for 3 days, we're only able to visit a few shopping centers, and yet we're more than satisfied with what we got. We almost had excess luggage because of this. And the best part is, it's so cheap. You just have to learn how to bargain. But just a friendly reminder, if you haggle till the last price, you have to buy it. Otherwise, the vendors really get upset and they will curse you. Well, I learned from experience. To name a few places we visited are Platinum Fashion Mall, Siam Center, the famous MBK, Central World, Palladium, Pratunam Street Market, and Asiatic, which is just a water taxi away from our hotel. I actually love Asiatic because it offers a mix of shopping stalls and restaurants. It's also nice to just sit along the boardwalk with your Thai milk tea and watch the sunset. Oh, I really miss Bangkok. By the way, don't forget to try the fish spot too. Ay, ano ba? If you're on the hunt for the tropical fruits in Thailand, it's better to go to the local markets because they sell it for a very cheap price. One of the main reasons why I love traveling is because I get to experience a different culture firsthand. Thailand also boasts of an array of colorful culture and tradition. I know 3 days is not enough to see everything, so we decided to narrow down our choices and try to squeeze everything in those days. On our second day in Bangkok, we decided to go for a temple tour around the city. Bangkok is also known for its majestic temples. Buddhism is the main religion in Thailand. Fortunately, my travel buddy Cami has a friend who resides in Bangkok. He was our tour guide for a day. Since traffic is really bad in Bangkok, especially during rush hours, he suggested that we go via the river. We rented out a boat for half day. Funny thing is, initially, the boatman was charging us 1,200 baht per person, and then our friend spoke in Thai, and the boatman gave the boat for 1,200 baht for 4 of us. Bargaining is really a rule of thumb in Thailand. It was really nice to go via the river because there's absolutely no traffic. It's scenic, comfortable, and breezy. Let's begin our temple tour starting with the Grand Palace. It's regarded as the most famous landmark in Bangkok. No visit in the city will be complete without seeing the dazzling architecture and intricate craftsmanship of this century-old building, which is the home of the Thai king, the royal court, and the administrative seat of the government. Within the palace complex are several impressive buildings, one of which is the famous Wat Pho, the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. It contains the greatly revered Emerald Buddha that dates back to the 14th century. When you visit the Grand Palace, you have to ensure you to dress appropriately. If you haven't dressed suitably, you can borrow a cover-up from the office near the entrance for a small deposit. The entrance fee is 500 baht per person. Next stop, Wat Pho. It is famed for the enormous reclining Buddha, which measures 46 meters long. As you walk around the compound, you will see stone giants at the monumental gates of the main compound. You will also see a line of golden Buddhas and intricate murals covering Wat Pho's walkways. Again, dress appropriately. The entrance fee is 100 baht, which includes a free bottle of water. Last stop, and my favorite amongst the temples, is the Wat Arun, or the Temple of Dawn. It is located at the west bank of Chao Phraya River, and it shimmers and gleams like a mirage during the peak of the afternoon sun. The site is renowned for its colorful, glazed ceramic tiles and its ornate central spire called prang. What makes the temple unusual is the origin of its tiles. Apparently, it came from the broken bits of Chinese dishes that were salvaged from a British shipwreck. The porcelain pieces were then crafted into ornate flower petals and embedded into the prang to produce a glittering effect under the sun. It's really beautiful. Again, you have to dress appropriately. Entrance fee is 100 baht. 3 temples and a palace in one day may not seem a lot, but factor in the heat and the crowd and the sensory overload, so allow yourself a whole day to do this. These are extraordinary sights. You better not miss it. On our third day, I think we had enough of the hustles and buzzes of the city life, so we decided to go to the countryside. Since it's quite far, we booked a group tour from PK Sightseeing to experience the famous floating market, visit River Kwai, and the Tiger Temple. It is also cheap to book tours in Bangkok. I think we only paid around 1,000 baht per person, inclusive of pickup and drop-off and lunch. Their customer service is also exemplary. This is the first time somebody from a tour agency actually sent me an email afterwards to check how the tour went. Shout out to Miss Kate! Our day started very early at around 6:45 a.m. when our service came to pick us up. We're able to have a quick glimpse of the happening place in Bangkok, the Khao San Road, as we pick up some other tourists. It was a 3-hour journey to the Dam Nguyen Sarawak floating market. On the way, you will see a lot of greeneries, mountains, and paddy fields. It's actually very refreshing. Good thing we set out early in the morning because we were able to experience the local atmosphere in the floating market before the rush of the tourists. The entrance to the market is free, but you need to pay 150 baht to get on the boat. It's worth the experience. Imagine buying longgans while you're on the boat, eating pad thai along the way. I thought I will only see this in photos and movies. It's really worth it. You will just let the boatman know when to stop so you can check on some items along the way. But you really need some haggling skills because the prices of the items are quite high compared to the city price. The tour guide gave us 1 hour to roam around the place before we move on to our next destination. Also, the boatman will ask for a mandatory tip at the end of the boat tour. After the floating market, we took another boat ride to go to the restaurant inclusive in our tour for lunch. Then, we went to Kanchanaburi to visit the art gallery and war museum and the famous bridge on the River Kwai. The bridge is also called the Death Railway. It has earned its name from the sheer number of lives lost during its construction. Despite the tragic history, now it became an iconic landmark in the province of Kanchanaburi and it offers a stunning view of the River Kwai. Before we proceeded to our last leg, the tour guide advised us to ensure that we don't wear anything flowy or something red or orange because we're going to the Tiger Temple. I had to change my outfit to something more appropriate because I don't want to be eaten by the tigers. Kidding aside, you don't want to make them feel uneasy because you will really have a hands-on experience with these big cats. When we arrive at the place, we walked a little bit inside the sanctuary where you can see other types of animals like wild pigs and cattle just walking freely. Then, the tiger's den. I got the shock of my life when they told us that we have to enter one by one with a guide. I really felt scared because I saw inside were 12 tigers just lying around the place enjoying their afternoon siesta. But, looking at my mom and Cami, they were so excited to pet them. So, we went inside and I was holding my guide very firmly. I smiled awkwardly in all my photos while the two were enjoying rubbing the big cat's tummies. But in the end, it's all worth the experience if you're an adventurous type. While we're waiting for a tour bus to come, we roam around the area surrounding the Tiger Temple and ended up in an old railway station called Wang Sing. It was a blast from the past because even the surrounding houses are old. We asked one of the owners if we can use their washroom and they're very hospitable. Their washroom is of the old times. Their furniture is antique and they still use big jars to keep water. What is the best way to end a long day of travel? Massage! Thailand is also known for its best massage centers. For only 200 baht, you can get the most relaxing Thai massage. Oh, I can do it all day. There are so many things to do in Bangkok, and it's really one great city I will always love to come back to. Have you been to Bangkok? What else would you recommend for a first timer? Please leave a comment below, and if you like my video and find it useful, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it on social media. Kapon ka! Until our next destination!